It doesn't appear that there's anyone else in the market for Aaron Rodgers. We've never heard of a mystery team or a different team. Is there a mystery team?
No, I don't know. I was just trying to draw up interest.
Oh, yeah, that's more interest than
No. That was just like that's what I was thinking. Honestly,
I thought you had someone.
Maybe there's a secret team out there. Maybe there's something else involved that we don't know about yet. I mean,
I'd be shocked.
The Miami Dolphins did clear a ton of cap space today.
Yeah, the Miami Dolphins also picked up Tua's fifth-year option today, and that actually just happened. Now, listen, on the surface, that looks like, hey, they're making a commitment to Tua. But I don't actually see it that way. I think that's sort of covering your bases because the fifth-year option for someone who was taken fifth overall in the draft, I believe, is about $20 million. That's nothing. That's still a cheap deal for a quarterback.
Yeah.
So if everything goes perfectly and Tua is in excellent health and we never talk about him in a concussion ever again, you've got that fifth-year option sitting out there. You know, if he plays really well, he'll never get to the fifth year. They'll restructure, or give him a new deal. But, like, that's a little safety net. I don't think that means the Miami Dolphins are fully 100% committed to Tua. Do you?
Well, they keep saying they're committed to Tua.
Yeah, but who believes that?
You know, Tua, there's a big debate on Twitter comparing Lamar Jackson and Tua. Tua, when he was on the field last year, I think he led the league in yards per attempt and yards per completion. That offense was flying.
I know.
Even with Skylar Thompson, they looked okay against the Bills in the playoffs. I do think there is a really good reason to want to build around Tua. If Tua didn't have this concussion thing, it would be a very positive quarterback situation. The concussions are the fear. It's 23.2 for 2024, according to reports.
Okay.
So, which is nothing. You're right. It's nothing. But it doesn't feel, and I could be totally wrong, it doesn't feel like the Dolphins are super interested in Rodgers.
No.
Doesn't feel like they're a player in Lamar Jackson.
No.
And I don't even believe that they're secretly waiting for Tom Brady.
Then they're idiots because you can't just go into the season with Tua and be like, nothing to see here. Like, we watched this guy get stretchered off the field at one point, and that was concussion number 2, but really number 3. No, that must have been 2. We got 3 later. You can't even keep track. Like, that's a bad sign. When we can't keep track of your concussions, that maybe feels like, I don't know, you might not be long for this game. And the fact is like, and this is sad to say, but 10 years ago, 15, 20, certainly, we all ignored this or weren't aware or could plead ignorance. We can't now, and the league can't now. He gets hit another time. There's no sweeping under the rug. There's no, that was a back injury. That's not going to work for the Dolphins. So it's not just about Tua, but it's about everyone's eyes on Tua waiting for him to get hurt again.
You're not lying about times are different because Aaron Rodgers had his concussion problems early in his career, got over them. Tom Brady, another one, he's had probably a lot of concussions.
Well,
he's played longer than anybody.
Giselle said that thing famously in an interview.
There was a moment at the end of the Falcons Super Bowl where it sure looked like he was clutching his head. I'm just saying this sport is brutal. Everybody gets concussions. So I'm not sure the Dolphins necessarily look at it that way. Maybe they think they can be led by Tua going forward. But here's the other question, too.
What's up?
You give up 2 first-round picks for Lamar Jackson at minimum. You know, you might have to do an even bigger trade. You'd give up maybe a first-rounder for Aaron Rodgers. What if Tua gets hurt and they say, well, we want to get into one of these quarterback drafts. We're not in it this year. We don't have a first-round pick.
Oh, interesting.
What if
for next year?
Maybe they don't want to give up 2 first-round picks for Lamar Jackson, $200 million. Maybe they want to be. They're basically saying we're going to take a shot with Tua. If not, there's some really good quarterbacks in college football right now. We don't want to give up all that possibility. I don't know, but
I get it. But they're going to be too good to be drafting at the top of the draft.
Well, they don't have a pick next year. So,
right. They don't have a pick in this year.
Right. But if
next year, 2024, they have a pick.
It's almost like a go for it or completely fall apart with Tua.
Listen, I really think that's why the Brady thing, to me, is still out there. Now, it was Rich Eisen and Birdies that he heard at the Combine, and he's a Michigan guy, and Brady's a Michigan guy. But that's why, I think the door is not fully shut there, and Miami would be the destination.